Hello friends, this is Satvinder Bhatia from Sukhmani Immigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I am a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, again, I have a good news to share with you. Another PNP draw happened. What is the complete analysis? What are the details? I'll share everything with you. Before that, I request you, please, if you have not subscribed to the channel so far, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration, news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, share it with your family and friends too, so that they can also benefit. So without further delay, let's get started. Today's video is about BC PNP draw. Yes, BC has conducted another PNP draw. What are the details? What is the analysis? I'll share everything with you. Before that, I came across a question, and the question is, this is the question. Why see draw results? Valid question. I mean, why see the valid draw results? You may be thinking, right? Why do we have to see the draw results? So I have a counter question to you. The counter question is that, okay, don't we solve the sample papers before going into exam? We do, right? And similarly, we check maps before going into any place, right? Similarly, we watch even YouTube videos these days before making any kind of dish, right? And also, we try to scan the weather. What is the weather if we have to go to any place for vacation, isn't it? And of course, we examine even the previous scores of the teams before even watching the cricket match. Don't we do that? And most important, even small kids do that these days. They look for small things on Google. They keep researching. Why do we do that? We do that, right? But why do we do that? What is the benefit? Now, the benefit is of watching all these analysis and draw results is the benefit, first of all, it tells you which province is more active, which province is regularly conducting draws on immigration, which province has more focus on immigration. It tells you that information. So more frequently you see a draw coming from a province, you see, okay, this province is really active. I should focus, I should target on this province. That is the benefit, number one. Now, another benefit is each province has so many categories of PNPs. Not every PNP category draw happens. So when you see a PNP draw happening, you can see that, okay, this category within that province PNP category is really active. So you can try to put yourself in that category. And within that, you will see there are always knock codes. So you get to know which knock code is targeted by the province, which knock code is in demand. So if you are from the same knock code, your chances are really high. So that is the reason of watching and doing analysis of these draw results. Now, it gives you also the idea of what is the score changes, right? So you keep looking at the scores. Oh my God, this score is now gone up, this score has gone down. That way, you know where you can fit in, whether your chance is there or not. So you know your score, right? And if you are in that range, your chances will be that you will be invited too. So also that it gives you, because many times province come with small pilot programs, right? Those pilot programs people are not even aware of. Recently, New Brunswick came up with the truckers pilot program. So these come up with small programs, and we do alert you, but doing this analysis will help you to know these small programs which come as an alert. And of course, if you need to make any kind of modification in your application or any kind of modification in yourself, maybe you need to study more, maybe you need to get more certificates, something like that. Those things you can do by analyzing these draw results. So these are the benefits of doing the analysis of the draw results, understanding what is happening in respective draws, So this information is really, really important if you are serious about Canadian immigration. Now, let's come up with what is actually happening in the BC. As I said, each province has so many categories. Same is the case with BC. BC has, broadly speaking, 4 categories. There are many subcategories, but I am broadly talking about 4 main categories. So 4 main categories of BC PNP are, the first one is which is express entry linked. It is express entry stream. For this, you need to have a profile in the express entry, federal express entry. And here you need to put your expression of interest. So this is express entry stream, and there are many subcategories. Then there is skills immigration, which is called SI stream. And then there is entrepreneur immigration stream pilot. It's happening. And as I say always, entrepreneurs are key to success of Canada's economy. So entrepreneurs are very important because they are the ones who generate jobs. That is the reason, entrepreneur programs are there both at federal level as well as provincial level. Each province has 1 or 2 entrepreneur programs. So entrepreneur program is there, and the last one, which was earlier called BC Tech Pilot, this has become a regular program. It is BC PNP Tech. So under each program there are subcategories. I am not going into details of all this, but just kind of giving you an overview of what the BC PNP categories are before I go into the draw, so that you know which category the draw happened. That was the purpose. So now let's have a quick snapshot of overall March 2022 so far, right, in BC PNP draws. So in March 22nd, which is yesterday, the draw happened, and there are 204 invitations were provided, right? So before that, March 14th draw happened, 174 invitations were issued. Before that, March 8th draw happened, 204, again same number like yesterday, 204 were invited. And before that, 1st March, 136 people were invited. It was a tech draw. So overall, BC has conducted 4 draws till now in the month of March. So this is the point of analyzing the results, right? So now let us look into the details of March 22nd draw. So March 22nd draw, as I said, 204 candidates were invited. Out of 204 candidates, 132 candidates were invited under these streams, which was a regular one, and remaining were invited under targeted category. So first we'll look at this category, and the scores which you see here are, for 132 invitations you see scores. For particularly I like to touch upon entry level and semi-skilled category. So entry level and semi-skilled category score was just 77. This is not a CRS score. This score, when we say, is SIRS score. This is the scoring matrix or scoring pattern which is followed by BC. They have their own scoring methodology. So each province has one or another scoring matrix or scoring system, right? So don't get it confused with the CRS score, right? So this is their SIRS score, and 77 is kind of a low score, and still they got the PNP. Now further to this, I want to show it to you that remaining got targeted, right? The remaining of 204 were in targeted categories. So out of this, 47 were targeted under NOC code 4214. This is called early childhood educators. Who are early childhood educators? I will talk about this in the video later. For now, 47 people were invited. Major share out of these 70 plus people, 47 were invited in this category, early childhood educators. 11 were invited under healthcare, and these are all supporting healthcare functions. 5 are invited under healthcare, NOC code 3413. And why 3413? 3413 is basically a nurse aid NOC code. So under that category, they were invited. And then 9 people were invited under knock code 3114 and 3213. Now this is a little special knock code. This is a knock code for a veterinary doctor. So vets are the person who treat animals, injured animals or sick animals. They treat those animals. And 3213 is a knock code for veterinary technicians. So those people who, like, if we are sick, we go to hospital and doctors advise us to go to the x-ray or radiography, right? So similarly, if animals are sick, if the x-ray has to be taken, those are under the 3213 category. Now, as I said, let's do the quick analysis of the BCPNP draw, which happened yesterday, March 22nd. So BCPNP held the draw, and the draw was on 22nd. 204 candidates were invited. Out of 204, 132 were regular category, 72 were invited under targeted BCPNP category, and out of 72, 47 major share, 47 were invited under early childhood educator category, and remaining were invited under healthcare assistant categories, so supporting healthcare functions. So now let's look at the early childhood educator. This is a question, like, many people are not aware who early childhood educators are. So basically, early childhood educators, they play a very critical and important role in providing education and care to young children. So where the young children come, the definition is 0 to 5 years. 0 to 5 years. Now in Canada, sometimes both parents go for jobs. Both husband and wife go for a job. And if they have young children, who will handle them? So they usually send them to daycare centers where they can take care, and once the daycare is, they are not going to school yet, right? It's not a school age. So they have to put somewhere, right? So they put it in early child care, a daycare where they can be, given food, they can be taken care of, and then plus they can learn a little bit. So all this happens at the daycare, and daycares are managed by the ECE, Early Childhood Educators, which are ECE. Now ECE is basically a regulated profession. So it is regulated at the provincial level, and each province has a body to regulate it. Like BC has its own body, and Alberta has its own, Ontario has its own body to regulate early childhood educators. Now, early childhood educators needs to be licensed, as I said, have to be certified, and their name has to be in the registry of the provincial registry. So basically, there are 3 types of certificates which are there. The ECE certificate could be a 5-year certificate, which is more like a supervisory role. So 5-year certificate, then there is a 1-year certificate, and which is a regular ECE, early childhood care educator, and then ECE assistant certificate, which is more like a entry level position. So you can do all these, some of the certificates, not all, you can do some of the certificates even from distance learning also. No need to come to Canada, you can do it from distance learning too, right? So there are colleges in each province which you can Google and find it. If you need any help, you can reach out to us also on that matter. But yeah, you can find out and you can get yourself certified and get it registered. So this is one of the options. So 47 people were invited by BC under this category. Now, and this is, if you look at ECE, this is a snapshot from the government, right? So it tells that these are 3 types of certificate: 5-year, 1-year, and assistant certificate. So particularly for the assistant certificate, some distance learning options are also available. Now, knock code which happened for the healthcare occupations, mostly it is a supporting knock code like radiologists, sonographers, like you have chiropractors. So all these supporting functions, physiotherapists. So all these supporting functions of the healthcare, which are profession in its own, but not actually, in a way, it's not a doctor. So that is the way I'm telling that they are also invited under this category. I will like to talk about knock code 3413, which you saw, they were invited. Who are 3413? 3413 is nursing assistant or nurse aides. So they are like, if you have done graduation 10 plus 2, right? So you can, get a certification, and then maybe a CPR certification or something like that, and then you can get attached to the hospital. In the hospital, you are helping to a nurse. You are kind of a helping hand to a nurse. You help in patient making ambulation, right? Helping patients to put on the wheelchair, changing beds, helping in taking samples. So all these things which a nurse needs help. That's why nursing assistant. So even those were invited here. So different professions. That's what I say always. If you don't look at what's happening in the draw, you will never understand what is the things which are in demand. Now, let's have a quick overview of what has happened till so far in this year in BCPNP. So BC has invited in January 714 people, February 624, and in March, so far, March is not over yet, they have invited 719 people, highest so far. So we may expect any further draws also, but till date it's already the highest. So if you need any more information about anything related to visa or immigration, you can reach out to our office. Our office is located in Brampton. Email ID and phone numbers are shared right here. And once again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, and we need your support to grow up this channel. So once again, thank you very much. Thanks for watching the video.